Me too, bro. But I wanted to talk about your comic, bro. It's RBBA, right?
RRBA. It's like,
RRBA. Yeah. What does it mean? RRBA.
Real Rude Boy Association.
Oh, dope, dope, dope. So it's like a gang, or a club or something.
Yeah, it's a group. So the story is set on Mars, right?
Mm,
In the distant future, and in Mars, everyone has superpowers. So
sure.
like mutants, everyone's born with powers,
Mm,
right? So now it's the story's about this one guy. His name is Armando Lars. So he's the son of a hero, right, who
right,
passed away. So
right.
now he feels like there's just so much pressure on him to be like his dad, to be a hero, to be like a stand-up man,
Sure.
and he's trying to actively run away from his destiny and like, party,
Yeah.
fool around with chicks and just
Yeah, because he does that. That he definitely does that a lot, dog.
yeah.
Oh, yo.
So,
Yeah.
so, so it's this type of story where like the more he runs from his destiny, the more it catches up with him.
Mm,
So like certain things happen where he's pushed into, having to be this hero, and
sure.
then also there's the people around him and how they influence him and how the story, because I mean that's why I said like friendship is a very important theme for me, because even in my own comic I like to showcase friendships and
So,
stuff. I think it also comes from wrestling. So in wrestling, like the factions
mm,
and the groups,
yeah.
so it kind of makes it easier to manage. Okay, like when I think of characters, like okay, this is the clique, this
Yeah.
is the clique, this is the
Yeah.
clique, and
Yeah.
how they move around it.
It reminds me of Tenjo Tenge. You remember
Yeah,
Tenjo
the
Tenge?
thing is
Yeah.
actually one of my biggest influences as well. Like I actually started collecting the volumes last year. It's just, oh my goodness, they're so hard to find,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I love Tenjo Teng as well. Tenjo Teng is actually one of them also where like the ending was like,
Yeah.
no man.
Yeah. But you know what I've read about O Great? O Great, he's a brilliant artist. But
Yes,
sometimes his stories just go all over the place. Like
I
like like
get you.
like the Tengo Tenge anime,
Uh,
it's like he sidelined the main cast for like half of the story and focused on the past, on Shen. It's
yeah, dude, dude, dude. That flashback arc was like longer than the
and the whole
regular.
show, bro.
Oh man, dude. But like you said, he's an amazing artist. So
Yeah.
like, and he's an amazing artist, and his characters are interesting. You know.
Yes. Yes.
So even if you feel like the story's like, man, I hate where the story's going,
Yeah.
you're invested in the characters and where they're going.
Right. Because I saw even with Egg, yeah, when I was reading Egg, yeah, wow, I was really interested in the characters and what they were doing and the storyline. It was really, really, really interesting, man. So world building, bro, creating Mars, obviously creating everything from scratch. Like, how was that? Was that challenging? Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, man.
sure.
Like when I created Mars, I just took Earth and I put it on Mars.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, just
Okay.
change elements here and there because like so for me, world building is I don't want to say secondary, but like it's not something I was
Mm,
like,
mm, mm.
yeah. Like with some writers, it's like, is it character? Is it the actual plot? Is it the
Yes.
world?
Yeah.
Like each one focuses on different things. So for me, it was more so like character,
Yeah.
because like I just love characters and like how they interact, how they move the plot. And then the world, I was like, man, I really I like the world we live in already,
Yeah.
So like I don't want to create something that was too far out.
Sure. Sure. People must still relate to
Yeah,
some
yeah,
things. Yeah.
exactly, exactly that
Okay.
point. Yeah.
And how do you come up with ideas like on how to take the story forward or
So there's like directions I'd want characters to go in, man.
mm,
So like in I'm not sure how familiar are you with wrestling, right? So like in
mm,
wrestling, there's like face and heels, and then so that's like good guys and bad guys.
okay.
So there's a term called a heel turn. So a heel turn is when a good guy turns bad, right?
Okay.
So if I'm like, okay, I want this character to have a heel turn in the future, right? But
Mm,
how do I do that? It wouldn't make sense if like they just break bad now,
yeah.
You like reasoning, you know,
Mm, mm,
like how is it going to affect everyone else around them as well,
Right.
and how's it going to move the story forward. So I also think I put myself in every character's shoes, their decision making. I think about how, if I was this character and their friends were my friends, how would my actions affect them? You know, I always try to keep that into consideration. And then also just, I mean, I'm a simple guy, I love fights, I really like badass fights. But I like, what makes the fight badass is context, why
Yes.
people fighting,
Yeah.
and then what is at stake, and then what happens after the fight? Where do we move? Like, how is each character, affected? Is it a fight to the death? Is it
Sure.
just a fight, friendly competition? Is
Yeah.
it a misunderstanding?
Yeah.
Is it just beef? Like, what is it? I always try and think of that, and then I base my stories accordingly. But I'd say, yeah, that's. I think it's just as simple as that. I can't think of anything like
Sure.
fancy. And then also, obviously, the hero's journey. You have to have
Yes.
the hero's journey. I try and apply it to every character when possible. I mean, that's not feasible because not every character gets a spotlight. But
Right.
at least, I just want to see their growth. Because also, one thing I've learned, man. This also comes from fighting games. Because fighting games,
Yeah.
put it up, you look, you see who you like, you're attached.
Yeah.
Then along the way, you might see another character that might interest you, and then like, okay, now you have two characters. And the difference there is you have control. You're directly invested. You can move
Right.
accordingly. Whereas story, like, if the author kills off your favorite character, it's done.
It's
You know,
done, bro. Yeah.
yeah, move on to the next guy.
Yeah.
I always think like you never know who likes which character. Because I saw when I actually killed off a character, and I thought like no one is gonna bat an eye
Yeah.
until like, people will send me messages like, "Yo, dude, like, why'd you kill it?" I'm like, "Oh man, like, the plot,"
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to see if people would actually feel. That's not like the main reason why I killed them off. It was actually for
Sure.
the plot, but like, I wanted to see like people feel if this happened, you know, and they actually did. So like, I always take that into consideration now. Like, hey, you never know who's this person's favorite character, or like even
Yeah.
has a passing interest. So I want to make every character interesting, and then if every character can be interesting, they can move the plot. Even if the plot feels like it's at a standstill, at least the characters can carry the
Mm,
specific episode you're reading. At
mm.
least, like, okay, the plots are moving, but it's a nice chilled episode because my favorite characters are here doing
Yeah.
regular stuff. Because I get tired of like the monster of the week format.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it gets stale as you keep going because it's monotonous. So like, okay, we
Yeah,
know monster's gonna come and then this guy's
yeah.
gonna.
you know,
Yeah. No. 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 No.
and you just get tired. Like, don't these guys chill? Don't these guys eat lunch? Like just fighting every day.
I think that's why we loved Hunter x Hunter so much.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter has different, like, I mean, there's a whole arc about Gon, Leorio, and Kurapika just going to fetch uh Killua.
Killer. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to get there, homie. You can relate. Like,
that's it.
you know?
But the challenges that they had to face just to reach by his door, the security,
Yeah.
the huge animal, the gates. It's like, yo, this is so interesting, but it's just about them fetching in their homie. Like, there's no
It's
the
not
world's
like
not ending or anything. Nah, they just have to go fetch that guy.
this is fetch the homie.
You
And,
know,
and 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 that's like reasoning you can really relate to, like
right,
you're like,
right.
maybe your homie went through some shit. It's like, hey man, let's just go see the guy.
Yeah,
Like, why don't you want me to see my homie? And I mean, in real life, you wouldn't be going through such
yeah.
turmoil. You might argue with someone here. You might be like, why aren't you calling him? Why aren't you giving me
Yes.
his number?
Yeah.
Like you can understand where they're coming from. Not like, look, world ending stakes are awesome, right? It's
Yeah.
just it's the law of diminishing returns. If every
Mm, mm,
conflict you have is world ending,
yeah.
you know, we're gonna get tired, or you're gonna always have to escalate. It's like, okay, this threat could destroy the world. This threat could destroy the universe. This threat could destroy the
Galaxy or whatever. Yeah.
where you go after that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's, with Toriyama, how he made it so interesting was, yes, Vegeta wanted to destroy the Earth, but only after he gained mortality.
Mm.
Immortality, sorry. And then Frieza wanted immortality, and he was already destroying worlds. So
Yeah,
it's like, in as much as the stakes were high, they were a bit different. Cell wanted to prove a point before
yeah,
killing everybody. Majin Buu just wanted to kill everybody. So it's like, okay,
yeah.
the world end is probably gonna end, but the way he was going about it was different. Like these motivations were different from each character. But also, oh, sorry, please continue.
No, I'm saying I was just touching on your point. They were interesting as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You mentioned games. Whenever I used to play KOF,
Mm.
I often found that everybody had their own favorite character.
Yes.
And KOF is like a combination of a lot of main characters from different games in
Yeah.
SNK.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so cool. For me, one of my ultimate favorite characters in KOF is Robert, bro. Robert, for me, he just has the charm. Yeah.
Hey,
And he kicks
I,
ass, bro.
I love Robert as well, dude. Like when I'm not, I won't even lie to you, dude. I'm not like great at KOF. I can do basics and specials. But like Robert is usually on my team, dude, because he's
Yeah.
proper. Because
He's
he's got all the tools, fireball,
yeah,
uppercut,
yeah.
you know.
The kicks. Those
spin-
kicks, bro.
Yeah, that kick is my favorite, dude, because the most don't usually block it.
Because
Yeah.
I know if you have Robert and you have someone like Ralph, bro.
Dude, Ralph is also a G, bro. How are you gonna drain someone's entire, ball?
One punch.
Dude,
And that punch you can't block. Even if you block, bro, it
you,
still slaps you, bro.
you try and attack, you make it worse.
Yo.
Need that timing to roll, otherwise say goodbye, dude.
Yo, so how many issues have you done of RR you said it's RRA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
EA.
RBA. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've done 26, and then I'm about to put out the 27th. But I've done like little small issues along the way there as well. So I don't know if I count those, it might be like 30 something. But like mainline issues is 27. The thing is, ever since issue 23, I've been doing these long ass issues. So like 100 pages plus.
Oh.
every time I finish, I'm like, okay, next issue, I'm doing 50 pages, 50, 60 pages. Then I'll get carried away, and then the next one as well. So like I'm saying this now. Hopefully I'll keep my word. This one is the longest one I've done. It's 156 pages. I'm going back to 50, 60 pages on this next one. So at least I can put out another issue this year. I'm gonna do my thing.
So how many issues do you plan on doing overall?
That's a good question. So with this kind of story, I'd like to do 50, maybe 52, because I do like fours. If there would be like a volume format, it'd be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to do like 52 there.
Dope.
Yeah,
Would you want to animate it though?
like me personally animating
No,
it.
or even get people who can do it for you, like.
Yeah, sure. That would be nice. My girlfriend always tells me after she finishes reading, it's like, oh, I wish it was animated.
I think it would be dope though, but it'd probably be like seinen.
Yeah, seinen. I love I love shonen animes and manga. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you see them all the time in front of your face, but when I discovered seinen, I was like, shit, I like that.